It's the Raw after one of the biggest WrestleManias in company history. We're in a sold-out arena in Los Angeles, and what in the world is going on?
No chance, that's what you got.
Vince McMahon, the archetype behind what the WWE has become, the former CEO forced out of his position, is back. The crowd is stunned. No one could have seen this coming, but Vince did. From the very day he was put in a position to step down, Vince McMahon ruled his decision. Be it ego, greed, narcissism, or just plain desire for his job and company he ran, Vince couldn't dare to let anyone else run the business. No matter where he went, what he did, any legal battles he was involved in, there was only one thing on his mind: WWE. When he watched the product, he was far from impressed. It didn't matter to him what his son-in-law Triple H had carried over. It wasn't good enough. Vince wanted back in. And that's exactly what happens next. Standing in front of a stunned LA crowd, Vince lambasts the WWE, saying the product has gone soft, too focused on appealing to the internet crowds and the smallest audiences with the loudest voices. Look around. What's the most interesting things in the WWE? Roman Reigns? Cody Rhodes? Seth Rollins? Guess who made them? That's right, Vince McMahon. Look what happened the day he forced himself back into the WWE fold. The shares went up. Face facts. The business needs Vince McMahon, the only person alive whose blood runs for the WWE. If no one else can do the job, then Vince will do it until the day he dies. Starting this very evening, Vince McMahon is on his journey to retake the WWE, and he has just the plan to start this. Later that night, in a bombshell main event, brand new WWE Champion Cody Rhodes and United States Champion Bobby Lashley are facing off against former rivals Seth Rollins and Austin Theory. The crowd are invested in the match, when suddenly Vince appears on the ramp again. He takes one long look into the ring, just as Cody is about to line up the crossroads, when suddenly Theory and Lashley walk up the ramp, and they stand alongside Vince. When Vince said he was taking back the WWE, this is what he meant. And he wasn't done there. That Friday, on SmackDown, Vince strikes again. He's seen talking backstage to an unknown figure, telling him to take care of business tonight, and once he's back in charge, they'll be well rewarded for their efforts. And the bribe works. Kevin Owens is laid out by Brock Lesnar. Lesnar lays out Owens as the show goes off the air, with Vince once again standing accompanied by Theory and Lashley. Vince wasn't prepared to take the WWE back by corporate measures. He used that to get himself back on screen. Now he's choosing to do it with violence. The war has begun. Vince goes on to add the final pieces to his puzzle, recruiting Ronda Rousey to wreak havoc on the women's division. At WrestleMania Backlash, Vince wanted to send a statement to all those opposed to his methods. And Ronda was the one to make the first killing blow. With that, the gloves were off, and WWE's brass was forced to respond.
It's time to play the game.
That Monday, on Raw, Triple H made his first on-screen appearance since the return of Mr. McMahon, and he held nothing back on the chairman, his own father-in-law. Triple H decried that Vince has disgraced the company that he made popular today. His own ego trip had run this place into the ground. Talent was scared, sponsors didn't want to work with him anymore, and suddenly the share price that had gone up under Vince had plummeted after the events of WrestleMania Backlash. Triple H looked squarely into the camera, asking for the grandfather of his children to step aside, go home, be a happily retired man, and let this company go on in its own direction. You made your own daughter step down, but you sure as hell won't make me step down. I live and breathe the WWE. I will carry on the legacy you created. I'll do you proud, but I need to do this myself. Please, Vince, just do the right thing. People related to Hunters to cry for peace. But remember when I said Vince was adding the final pieces to the puzzle? One was left. The Tribal Chief, still Universal Champion, would leave the world waiting until Friday for his response, when he would say that without Vince, there wouldn't have been a Tribal Chief. Does that mean Roman is bowing to Vince's demands? Absolutely not. But greatness recognizes greatness. And since Vince McMahon acknowledges the Tribal Chief, Roman will do the same for him. Vince's field was full for those who would do their work and Vince's bidding to take the WWE back under his control. After Raw, Triple H realized there was no board to take care of issues. His plea had failed. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to war. The cavalry had arrived. Whether they agreed with Triple H or not was out of the question. These men and the man wanted Vince McMahon gone from the WWE. And with his fury, there's fire. For weeks and months, the fights would rage on. Didn't matter who, where, or how, they would fight. This was about who would be the boss of the place they worked for, the place they'd spent years dreaming of working at, and the place that could all go away before anyone knew it. The fight had no end in sight. Something had to be done to bring them to an end, and someone had just the idea for it. At Money in the Bank, Stephanie McMahon would announce that after much deliberations and weeks of fighting, there would be an end to this all. At SummerSlam, it would be a showdown. Team Vince versus Team WWE. 5 matches. Whoever won would be in control of the WWE, and the other would be fired. Stephanie had just announced that either her husband or her father would control the WWE, and the other would never return. Upon the news, Vince would make his way out again and let his feelings be known. Stephanie, I'm disappointed in you. You always did what was best for your father. But here you are, driving a wedge between me and you. All for what? Your stupid, selfish husband and his band of soon-to-be fired assholes? Well, if that's how you want it to be, maybe you can go with your deadbeat son of a bitch husband as well. Is there no level that Vince McMahon won't go to achieve his control back over WWE? With his own daughter on the shelf, Vince was willing to prove family wasn't going to stop him. And as he stood in the ring on the next episode of SmackDown, this point would be tested again.
Here comes the money.
Here we go.
Shane McMahon is here, and he doesn't look like he's in any mood to talk to his father either. Shane is charging to the ring to confront him when Lashley makes Shane watch on in agony. Vince decries his family, the industry, and the fans, saying he made everything in and out of this ring. And at SummerSlam, he will make it in his own vision again. And no one on that team is stopping him from achieving his goals. At SummerSlam, the WWE is reborn. It's chaos once again, and it's time for the score to be settled. On the SmackDown before SummerSlam, Triple H declares that the US, WWE, and Universal titles will all be up for grabs in the Best of 5 series. The matches are the following: Becky Lynch versus Ronda Rousey, Austin Theory versus Seth Rollins, Kevin Owens versus Bobby Lashley, Cody Rhodes versus Brock Lesnar, and Drew McIntyre versus Roman Reigns. Let's do this. Wrestling world watching, the action gets underway with Austin Theory and Seth Rollins. These two have shared the ring plenty of times, but this time there's absolutely a higher level to it. Rollins was always the one that people were the most weary about, given his past with Cody Rhodes. However, on the night, Rollins didn't put a step wrong. 1-0 to Team WWE, and Rollins has made sure everyone knows this is where he's dedicated. Backstage, Vince passes on an evil glare to the Almighty, and we move on. This one is much more hard-hitting. KO and Lashley have plenty of bad blood simmering, and with the addition of the US title, it was always going to make it that much more intense. Lashley is ready to put Owens away, but Owens can't believe it. He looks for one more move. However, it's 1-1 now. And it looks as though whatever happens after tonight, business is back. Backstage, Becky Lynch is preparing for match number 3. A last-minute addition has made it a no DQ match. Perhaps so Ronda can get away with attempting to break the big time's arm. Either way, we don't wait to find out. The fight is just that, a scrap throughout the arena. The years of hatred and wars waged boiling over in one even bigger situation. They'll use everything to their advantage, but Becky falls into Ronda's place. It broke Bianca's arm. Will it do the same to Becky's? She gets out of it, and it seems there's no stopping big time tonight. Back to Team WWE. The next one could decide it all. Becky Lynch is thrilled, and the WWE could be finally going home free of Vince McMahon. Vince is livid backstage, screaming and shouting at Lesnar, looking to fire up the beast for the match. This could be it, where it all comes to die. His creation, his legacy, it could all end tonight. The beast is ready. Is Cody? It's safe to say the speech worked. Lesnar is beating the tar out of Cody. The WWE Champion can't get a moment in this match, just being thrown around by the Beast. Is it over already? Oh, Cody's got life in him yet though. He can hang on in there. He beat Roman at WrestleMania. He can beat Brock tonight. Cody's got the world cheering him on. He hits the crossroads. He hits a second. A third could put the Beast away. But Brock pulls the ref down as he recovers. Now what will happen? At the biggest moment of their careers, he still can't let a rivalry end. Rollins has turned his back on Team WWE. And with an F5... Brock Lesnar is once again WWE Champion. And it's 2-2. One more match to decide it all. Triple H and Vince are staring their men down, giving them all the hype they can. For Drew, this is redemption for last year's Clash of the Castle. This is about proving that moment was his and being the hero the WWE needs. For Roman, it's just about adding to his already Hall of Fame career. It's about showing the Tribal Chief is the undisputed greatest thing in wrestling. The talking is done. Here we go. Just like last year, they're holding nothing back. The crowd is on fever pitch, and Roman strikes first. An early blow, but Drew's right back. The tension is rising at SummerSlam. The Universal title and WWE as a whole hangs in the balance. Heyman is a nervous wreck at ringside. Roman has done this alone the whole time. The Bloodline have left this to just Reigns' business, and they may have made the right decision. It's still not enough, and Reigns is willing to throw caution to the wind to make it his moment once again. He takes the Universal title. But Reigns kicks out, but he's still down. Drew is right up. The crowd is electric. He lines it up and hits another Claymore, but he needs one more. Is this the moment the WWE triumphs and we say goodbye to Vince McMahon? Reigns cracks him with the belt to the referees are knowing. The spear connects. Drew kicks out. Vince is furious. He's demanding the referee to call a 3 and screw Drew over and fire Triple H. Is this it? The chairman is down. The place is on fire, and the distraction gives Drew an opening. He goes to the corner with Triple H and everyone backstage cheering him on. He counts it down. 1, 2, 3. It's over. It's all over. The WWE has triumphed. Drew McIntyre is the new Universal Champion. But Triple H has triumphed over Vince McMahon. The man who made WWE what it became is gone for good. Vince McMahon is dragged out by his own son, beaten and fired. And as this chapter ends, the song begins to play us out.